What do men think women like, but they really don't? All the women I've been around never had anything positive to say about guys with barbed wire tattoos and unironically call themselves an alpha. Huge muscles. The research in empirical psychology has shown that women do prefer men who are in shape, but not necessarily in the shape of a boulder. The same question posted multiple times per day in an attempt to farm karma. From what I've seen of the nice guy type's obsessiveness. I wouldn't know though totally, since I don't really prefer men and I'm a lonely loser. Anal. Axe body spray. Can you stop spamming this question? Seen this several times today. Large dong. A huge penis. I've been turned down cause of it. Giant dicks. The porn angle scene, that's what they're both going for, and in that case good luck to them. Lifted trucks. Gifts. You learn as you get older to give cash. Honestly, what do women like? I think it depends on the personality still. Being talked down to and being treated like they are a lesser, more helpless person than a male counterpart. Men don't think about what women like. Republicans, how do you feel about Katie Britts' dishonesty during the SOTU rebuttal? It absolutely no Republicans. Are you talking about the sex trafficking story being from 20 years ago and from a different country? That was the worst Real Housewives of Congress confessionals yet. Is there any Republicans even left on Reddit? Remember to sort by controversial. Effing psycho. Former Republican. Quit in 2016. Thanks to Fox News, dishonesty doesn't matter anymore. Republicans are going after suburban moms, so they put what they thought was a relatable suburban mom out there. If suburban moms are psycho at work, when Republicans are sending people, she was a psychotic example of a Republican Stepford. Pay attention. That's the future they want to force you into. To preface politically, I am somewhere in the what she was saying is true or not, she sounds unhinged. It was like watching a bad actor in an old soap opera. Do they give ROTCs for opposition rebuttals? They should. It don't matter. Republican Party is a shit show trainwreck. You see black when you close both of your eyes, but when you close one eye it sees nothing. Did you try looking through the eye that is closed? Nah, mine shows black. No, it's seeing black. Your brain is just not bothering to inform you of that situation except in your peripheral vision on that side. I see colors and images when I close my eyes, not black. Yes, it does. Half your brain sees while the other half sees black. Also, if you close your eyes and meditate and silence your thoughts, you will start to see shapes. And as long as you simply observe without engaging your brain, they turn into colors and then visions. The moment you try to identify something, you lose it. It still sees black, your brain might not notice though. I mean, your closed eye still sees black, your brain is just good at prioritizing more relevant information. Whoa, this is actually a cool observation. It is somewhat similar to what Merleau-Ponty said about our field of vision. Isn't like we have a field of vision with nothing around it, our field of our vision. You see with your mind, not your eyes. I guess I'm in a room with a lot of light, but I see fleshy color, not black. It's not black. The color you see is called Eigengre, which is German and means your own gray because apparently it looks different to each person and is more gray than black. Girls, what do guys think you're attracted to but really aren't? Showing off money, gambling gains. I don't know why some guys do it, but it just screams irresponsible and childish behavior. Getting in fights about how smart that they are, how much money they have, how many girls they've laid, how they don't have a hard time picking up women. General huge ego, I'm better than everyone else type of personality. Me, a guy just scrolling through the comments and agreeing with 80 of them. Guys probably don't think about this, but I love when a guy texts me after hanging out and tells me he had a good time, or before I leave if he says text me when you get home so I know you made it, showing that he actually cares about your well-being. Makes me feel protected, and I like that. Your big truck with massive tires is actually an instant turn off. Dick pics. There is a major difference between women on Reddit and women Earl. As a man, even I know that alpha males are completely unattractive. That weird thing they do when they compress their lips and rub their hands together while staring at you. It honestly grosses me out. Being guys might think it's a turn on, like they're impressing us with their confidence or something. The whole macho, overly aggressive vibe. Nah, that's not really what most of us are into. Confidence is great, but arrogance, not so much. Why hasn't the majority of the West realized that bidets are way more hygienic than toilet paper? Big Paper doesn't want it to even made a television show about paper. The propaganda is huge. I experienced a Japanese toilet once, and that changed my mind real quick. In my case, my goal is usually to poop as much as possible while on the clock. I don't get to pick what they have. As someone who's never used one, don't you still need toilet paper to wipe yourself dry afterwards? Wouldn't that just defeat the purpose? Genuinely curious, not trolling. I appreciate a good bidet and have one in my home, but never found one that actually cleans my ass. I've spent 10 minutes pressure washing my anus and still found poop when I wiped are probably superior when used in combination with toilet paper, but I'm not convinced they do the job by themselves. Because having a completely clean ass with no more infinite wiping or mercy wiping an hour or two later are unmanly. I'm convinced half the men in the West don't even clean their ass in the shower. I've tried it, I'm not into it. I don't mind that people are, but I've always found it weird how much people who use bidets proselytize. I bought a $30 bidet attachment off of Amazon, and I'll never go back. How old are you and how do you determine your lower end age threshold for a romantic partner? 30. I would aim for 25, and that's because it rules out college students and allows for time to accrue some adult experiences. I'm 28, and I think maybe like Aish would be as young as I would date. I just think we would have more in common than someone younger than that. This is like the 50th time this question has been asked this week. What's people's hang up with age? The rule that everyone said in high school was, half your age 7. Almost always works out. I'm 65 and he is 44. Neither of us has an ex-spouse or kids, so that makes it easier. He has fallen on poor health, so I may outlive him, unfortunately. Don't worry about what others think, following your heart. Half your age plus 7. It's classic and it works. I'm 47.1821 now, be 28. If you've got some daddy stuff to work out, let's do it. Otherwise, that's all 34. We can date if I see that you are stable and genuinely okay with the gap, no problem. 38. I tried to think about myself at that age and the people around me at that age. If I was cool hanging with those people now, then I'd be down. How do you guy resist your daughter's charm? Relieved this wasn't a fantasy troll attempt. When you find out, let me know. My daughter is 22 and still haven't figured it out. Every time she hits me with dad it instead of just dad, I'm like, fuck, here it comes. What is it that I'm going to have to do now, lol? My daughter is 14 and I still can't tell her no, lol. But she asks for so little compared to my boys, I don't feel too bad about it. I'm 33, my dad will still drop anything and come help me if I need it. So I think you're stuck. For the flip side, I'd also do anything for him now that I'm an adult, and he's been an awesome dad, and I think he did a great job. I'm very grateful for the role he's played in my life, and I'm a better person for his efforts. My daughter is nearly 4. She's adorable, but also a relentless terror. The word no can come out smooth as silk. I have 4 of them. You can't. Rare sweet post on Askman. As a daughter, I recommend giving her everything she wants all the time. Jay, obviously. Seriously though, this is sweet. Being a girl dad must be tough. It's fruitless. I have two of them, and have never been able to tell them no. They had us in the first half, not gone a lie. If I had a daughter, I doubt she'd have much charm. What job could completely stop existing, and the world would continue on like it never existed at all? I use this title loosely: influencer. Social influencers. I will go first: telemarketing. Televangelist world would be bettered. Fluffers on porn sets disappeared quick after Viagra came out. Now, no one even goes to the Fluffer Hall of Fame anymore. Most of them, multi-level marketer, car salespeople. People can buy direct from the manufacturer. House flippers. I want them to stop existing. Psychic. I once had the job of putting silverware in those paper sleeves. I was replaced by a machine. Door-to-door salespeople. 90 of management, middle management, consultants, etc. at most large corporations. A solid 50 of the employees at most large corporations could evaporate without affecting productivity in any meaningful way. Influencer. Obviously. A completely useless and overpaid and sign spinners. We don't really have that where I am, thank God. But what an utterly useless and humiliating job. Influencers. OnlyFans models. Clergymen. A single human body is made of 30 trillion cells, but you only need two to generate a new human being. Gonna be hard to grow outside of a womb. That's 2 rounds of mitosis. That's not entirely accurate. Those billions of cells came from food that the mother eats during the what you said is like a cake is made out of many materials, but you only need a piece of paper with the recipe to generate a new cake. Sure, but you need 30 trillion to generate those two. And for those who don't know, those 2 cells are an ovacell and some good old man milk. Akabo chicka wow wow. And technically only 1/3 of those are human cells. The first part of the body that forms in the womb is the anus. Some people just never mature beyond that point. Super compressed zip files. Those 2 go on to form the brain of people, and then stay at 2. You need exactly 1 cell more than a human has to make a human. And there are an estimated 100 trillion common soul bacterial cells in the human G-tract alone. Really begs the question of what it means to be human. It's not exactly that. What stereotype is 100 accurate about you? I'm British. I drink a genuinely absurd amount of tea. Basic white bitch who will scream and run when I see a spider. And I can't open jars. I'm Italian. I eat a lot of pasta. I can't dance. Irish American and love the booze. Asian and mostly hairless. Polish really like good kielbasa. I'm white and love honey chicken. Asian friend at work asked what Chinese I like, and when I said honey chicken, he said, of course. Yeah, cracker. And that stuck. I now call it cracker Ims, and no good at basketball because I can't jump. Black large penis. Am from Seattle and hate Starbucks. I'm lesbian. I have short hair and wear boy clothes. Canadian. I do, in fact, put maple syrup on poutin'. Stupid. I'm tall. I live in New Jersey and am kinda mean, and will gladly curse you out, but am nice at heart. Can't jump. I bought a fancy motorcycle in my early March 10th, 2024 without really knowing how to ride. Vegan man, thin, not super masculine. Not me, but my dad is a doctor, and he's a total womanizer. Which unwritten road rule do you think is crucial for new drivers to understand? Be predictable, not nice. Think of every driver as a bad driver. Never trust a turn signal. Wait until they actually make their turn before pulling out. After I got my driving license, my father advised me, presume that all other drivers are incompetent and out to cause you harm. Accelerate to the highway's pace prior to attempting a merge. Merge onto the freeway. Already going freeway shouldn't be going 20 under when you merge in. Just let them merge. Consistently ensure you have an escape route. Just try not to impede anyone else's progress. Move over if cars are lining up behind you. Be decisive, and if you miss a turn, just turn around when it is safe. A green light indicates legality, not security. Operate under the assumption that all other drivers lack judgment and are on the verge of colliding with you. Maintain your composure. Anger on the road can be deadly. What group of people think they look cool but look corny? Entrepreneurs or people, and SOs who post cringe corpo wonk about why they're leadership material or why other people aren't on LinkedIn. People who do TikTok pranks by annoying or harassing people. No, you aren't funny 'cause you put a shopping basket over a random person's head inside a Cub Foods. You are an ass and deserve to get hit in the nuts. As a Mexican, take-watch bowl haircuts seem ridiculous to me. Anyone that wears designer logos plastered all over their clothes. The dudes who go about their regular daily routines in tactical don't look badass or tough. You look like a child playing dress up. Those guys on egg acting out those if we met on the elevator or we met ice scenarios with the music in the background. Posing with guns looks cringe unless the gun is related to the thing you're doing. I think broccoli cuts, but then again they must look good to someone, otherwise it wouldn't be so trendy. It's all subjective. Companies that try to look relatable and be trendy, like what is Tide doing in a TikTok comment section, and McDonald official, especially when they use popular terms like girly pop, slay, or pookie. Like you're not fooling anyone.